Today, on January 28th, the Church celebrates the feast of one of her greatest saints, St. Thomas Aquinas. He's also my confirmation saint. But St. Thomas, probably more than any other saint or theologian in our tradition, has contributed the most to our theology. There's many instances in church history where they've had councils where they've actually adopted, almost word for word, the teachings of St. Thomas for the church's theology, because it is so good and systematic and explains so well what we believe, especially on things like the sacraments and on angels and a lot of different topics. But St. Thomas, toward the end of his life, had a vision of heaven, we believe, and he goes to one of his students who's helping him write, and he tells him, "All that I have written to this point seems like so much straw," meaning that it's so insignificant to this vision of heaven, to who he knows God is. That this is a humble admission of a man who has been unmatched in his theological writings, unmatched in his genius for knowing philosophy and theology, yet admits that there's so much more out there, that he only wants God at the end of his life. Jesus tells us today in parables that the kingdom of God is like a man who scattered seeds, and although he doesn't know how they grow. Basically, he doesn't know how they grow, that they come up and he doesn't really have the knowledge of how they're growing. He's not the one who gives them the growth. And then the kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, which is a small seed that turns into a large bush. There's so much potential in these seeds of the kingdom. There's so much unlimited potential that we don't know is present even. We have these seeds of the kingdom dwelling within each of us. We know something about God. And that's why it's important for us to be able to share what we have, because even if we do it in a way that might not be the prettiest or the most theologically eloquent, we don't know what's going to happen with those seeds. They have so much more potential than we know. And it doesn't matter the vessel as much as the message. So we celebrate today this God who is all-powerful, all-knowing, all-present to everything. And St. Thomas is teaching about this God. But we give glory to that same God who is all-powerful, all-knowing, all-present, but who loves each of us uniquely, fully, and wants to spend eternity with us.